Grayson. Ruth Goodman looks at his journey from unwanted child of him to Saturday night king of camp.
There you are.
In this house in Clifton Road, Nuneaton, lived an unwanted, illegitimate child whose camp catchphrase became a Saturday night favourite.
Shut that door.
Not many doors opened for Larry Grayson before he made camp comedy cool.
What a game day.
Larry's famous innuendos on the Generation Game were parroted back across the country by teleaudiences of up to 18 million. But his journey to the top would take a long time. Larry famously said that it took him 40 years to have an overnight success. His journey began as Billy White in 1923. Born out of wedlock, his mother handed him over at Nuneaton Station to a new foster family at just 2 weeks old. From then on, he'd see his mother only once a month. Michael Mallion is his nephew.
As far as I know, they didn't have a close relationship at all. And I remember him saying that I'm really a living, breathing mistake, you know. But his surrogate mother was Flo. She was the one that looked after him and brought him up, and that was the one that he sort of looked on as his mum, really.
Largely raised by the women of the family, he loved performing for them in the front room. Soon, Billy made the bill at local working men's clubs, often in drag. With homosexuality still a crime in 50s Britain, his risque routine raised a few eyebrows. But his larger-than-life characters came from real life at home here in Clifton Terrace.
This is where there used to be a phone, the only phone in the street, and the neighbours in the street were allowed to come in and use the phone. And little did they know that Larry was then behind the curtain that separated this front room with the kitchen. And he would be listening to all the gossip and getting all the material for his act.
But soon the unknown Billy would be reinvented. On the advice of his new agent, he dropped the drag but kept the camp and rechristened himself Larry. His new surname he stole from the singing idol Grayson. Next, the new Larry Grayson set his eyes on the London Palladium.
Media mogul Michael Grade was a variety talent spotter back in 1969. After seeing Larry do 4 minutes in a Soho strip club, he persuaded his impresario father, Leslie, to try Larry for one night at the Palladium.
There's that horrible moment, oh my God, what have I done? Your whole career flashes before your eyes. What if he's not as funny as I thought he was? Anyway, out comes Larry at the London Palladium on that great stage, and the place just cracked up laughing. And I looked at my dad, and my dad looked at me, and we both knew that a star was born that night. Shut that door.
Larry was a big hit on Saturday night TV by the late 70s. The Generation Game made him a national treasure.
I'm a very gentle man.
Attitudes towards homosexuality had relaxed after decriminalisation in 1967, but Larry never actually came out.
I mean, I can honestly say that I've got sort of no evidence to even suggest that he was gay. He probably had those sort of inclinations, but it never bothered him. I don't think that side of life ever bothered him. He was more bothered about friends and family and that sort of thing.
Perhaps he was too far ahead of his time. Prejudices ran deep, even in his hometown, where a local councillor once said there'd be nothing to honour that sort. But this proud Warwickshire lad soon became treasured as the king of camp.
Before I go, for all you people at home, I must just say it once. Shut that door.
Wonderful Larry Grayson. Then, of course, you went back to do another run on the Generation.
Yeah, I did it again in 90 to 95.
12 years in all.
But he was a very funny man, Larry.
Yeah.
It's all about Strictly now, Bruce, isn't it? All about Strictly.
Oh, Strictly's gone so well this year.
It has.
It really has.
And poor Victoria, at last weekend.
Yes.
But who